Welcome back. I am super excited because we have gotten the majority of the way through our Unit 5 essay writing. We have done so much work with transitions and conjunctions and commas, and now we are ready to focus on essay structure so that we can put all of that together for our final assessment, the essay that you're going to be writing, okay? So let's today just focus on essay structure. So as you can see here, it says the essential question, how can I use the writing process to help me construct a well-written essay? That's what we're going to do. Now this says the 5-paragraph essay. We are going to look at the structure of the 5-paragraph essay, but you're going to have a choice of whether or not you want to write a 4-paragraph or a 5-paragraph essay, okay? So just so you're aware, the basic structure is the same. Okay, so the body paragraphs, we're going to refer to them as the bing, bang, bongo, okay? Those are your 3 main points. So if you have a 5-paragraph essay, you have 3 main points, and those are consistent in your body. They're really your body paragraphs. If you have a 4-paragraph essay, you only have 2 main points. So you only have a bing and a bang, okay? So think about that. All right, so parts of a 5-paragraph essay. Of course, you have an introduction. Every essay has an introduction paragraph. You're going to have a body, whether it's 3 paragraphs or it's 2 paragraphs. Those are going to be where you explain your main points. Your bing, your bang, and or bongo. And then you're going to have your conclusion paragraph, okay? So every essay has an introduction, at least a body paragraph or 2, and a conclusion, okay? That never changes, okay? That's always the same. How is this like a 1-paragraph essay? Or how is this similar to how we set up 1 paragraph in structure? So take a minute and respond to the question in this Edpuzzle. All right, so the introduction. This is where you're going to tell your readers about your main points, and you're not including details, okay? But the first thing you start with is a grabber sentence or a hook. This could be a question, a statement, it could be a quote, it could be a little story, all right, that it relates to what you're talking about in your essay. Your thesis statement is the main idea of your essay, okay, and it has your, it's your topic, okay, and it often will have your subpoints. It does have your subpoints, your bing, your bang, and your bongo, okay, so it lists them, it does not go into detail, okay. And we're going to look at examples of these here in a little bit. So then this is an example of an introduction. So for this grabber sentence or hook, okay, I chose when I was young, I always knew that I wanted to become a teacher someday. So this is a little statement, a little explanation, or a little story. When I played, I would often gather my dolls together and pretend to teach them how to do math problems or how to read a book, okay? So this is like a little story or a little statement about what I'm going to be talking about in my essay, okay? As I look back on my reasons for becoming a teacher, there are 3 reasons that stand out. So this then would be part of my thesis statement. These are my love for the English language, my interest in how people learn, and my desire to help other people. Those are my bing, bang, bongo. My love for the English language, that's one reason, right? That's one of my body paragraphs is going to talk about that. My interest in how people learn, and then my desire to help other people, okay? So let's keep looking here. So there's my grabber sentence. That's a little story, a little statement with a story, okay? And then here is my thesis statement and then my subpoints, okay? And again, my subpoints are color-coded. They're my 3 reasons or my 3 topics of my body paragraphs. Okay, so at this point, you'll have another question to answer in your Edpuzzle. So let's look at Bing, body paragraph number 1. So within this, you're going to restate your first point from paragraph 1, okay, in different words. So you're going to rephrase it and support that point with details. So your topic sentence should be your first sentence, and that's going to state that main point for body 1. And then you're going to have 2 or more detail sentences in addition to this. And we're going to be looking at some more examples of these tomorrow, okay? But this is just the structure. And then you're going to, of course, have a concluding sentence to connect to your main point, your next main point, okay? So those 3 things should be within each body paragraph. The topic sentence with the main point that you're trying to tell your reader, detail sentences, 2 or more detail sentences that support your point, and then your conclusion sentence in that paragraph that concludes things or wraps them up, connects to the next point, okay? So again, this is very similar to a single paragraph, right? You always have like an intro where you're telling your topic or your topic sentence, details, and then your conclusion, right? So then you have your second body paragraph. You're restating your second point from your main points. And then you're doing the same thing, okay? 2 more detailed sentences, and then the concluding sentence to connect. So your body paragraphs are structured in the same way. That helps your reader to understand what you're doing and where you're going, okay? And then if you have a third point or a third goal that you're going to make for this year, you would be doing that in your third body paragraph. And again, you would have that topic sentence stating the bongo or your third goal, 2 or more detailed sentences that would be explaining how you're going to obtain that goal and why it's important. And then you're going to conclude and connect to your final conclusion paragraph. It says, how are the 3 body paragraphs alike? Okay, so this is where you're going to stop and you're going to answer another question. Conclusion paragraph. This is where you're going to restate your 3 main points from paragraph 1. We don't want to use the exact same wording that we used in paragraph 1. That would be boring, okay? So we're going to reword what those 3 main points are, put them in, use some synonyms, change the wording around, change the sentence structures around a little bit so that it makes it more interesting, but it says the same basic ideas, okay? And then making your concluding statement. So, of course, you're going to have that topic sentence where you might say something like, in conclusion, okay? Those types of transitions, those concluding transitions from your transitions list that you have. Restate your thesis statement subpoints, again, rewording them, okay? And then your closing sentence. How are you going to wrap up this essay? You know, what's your final concluding statement, all right? So that is the basic structure of an essay, okay? Of a 5-paragraph essay or a 4-paragraph essay. So, you know, keep in mind that this is the same for every type of essay. You're going to have these components. They should be familiar to you from 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So hopefully this is a review and a refresher, but I'm sure we're going to be learning some new things in addition to those things that you have learned in elementary school. So you have a quick question on conclusions for the end of this Ed puzzle, okay? And when you are finished with this Ed puzzle, you are going to be completing the ticket out the door on Schoology. And this is just a quick review, will not take you more than a couple minutes. You are just going to we're going to make sure that you know all the components or parts, structure of an essay, okay? And so that will let me know whether you have the structure down so that we can move forward, okay? All right, so tomorrow we will be continuing and we're going to look at specific example. I'm going to show you a specific example, and we're going to be working with a specific example of an essay so that you can really solidify what we're looking for in your essay, okay? All right, well, as always, let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and remember I have office hours too this afternoon, so come to see me if you have any questions.